Hi everyone, my name is Sukmu, or you can call me Piglet. So today is just a normal day, but it's more special because it's rainy day. So that's why I'm home now. But before I got home, I just go out and have some dinner, and just after that it rained heavily like a storm in Bangkok now. But luckily I bring a camera with me with one lens. So I let you guess which lens I bring out today. Oh, I have a three choice for you. The first one is 14mm f2.8. The second one is 55mm f1.2. And the third one is the 85mm f1.4. Let you guess. Boom! Time up. The answer is 85mm f1.4. So we will talk about the 85mm later. Just before we begin it, I just want to let you know that all three lenses of mine is all manual lens. What is manual lens? The manual lens is actually the manual focus lens. It used for a long time ago before we have the autofocus one. That's in the past we use it in film cameras like that. But why we use it today, nowadays? That we have autofocus already, right? The first reason to use manual focus lens is it's cheap. Because it's cheaper than the autofocus lens a lot. It's a budget lens. In the same range of focus, same distance, and same aperture, it's cheaper a lot than the autofocus one, and give a decent quality also. Like the one that I use now is the 85mm 1.4, the Samyang lens. In the Asia, it's brand Samyang, and in the I think the Europe, the America one is the brand is the Rokinon, and it's the same. So this one is very sharp, but it's a lot cheaper than the autofocus one. So that when you buy a manual focus lens, you will have more money, like a budget, to buy the other lens. Because we also need the other lens that have another focal distance. For example, I have a 85mm 1.4. That is kind of compressed, right? And I also have the normal range one, that is a 55mm 1.2. That is more wider. And the other lens that I have to take a landscape or the like a star photography is the ultra wide angle. That 14mm 2.8 is much wider. So in this range from 14mm to the 85mm, I can take many types of photography, and it's in the budget. And the second reason why I use the manual focus lens is when I use it, I feel that it takes time to take one photo. For example, if I use the autofocus lens and I want to take one shot, I just put up my camera and press the shutter button. That's all. But if I use the manual focus lens, I need to put up the camera, refocus the things to make the subject sharp, and I also need to dial up or down the aperture rings. That is the fully manual control of your camera. And then, oh, I have the time to think more. Maybe I recompose the thing, or maybe I missed the shot. Yeah, it's kind of like a pro and con is a drawback. Because when the time you focusing, sometimes you miss the shot. But when you have a time to focusing, you also have a time to think more. Maybe you get a cooler shot, a better shot. So everything always have two sides. For one side, it feels like it's always so slow and you miss the shot. But to think the other way, if you just take the shot with the autofocus, check. After that, you go another way already. But maybe after that for a while, the more interesting subject come into the frame, then you miss that shot. The third reason I use the manual focus lens is I use it for video. Because sometimes you cannot rely on the autofocus only. No matter what you take, if it's a photo or video, when it comes to a bad light, like low light situation, you cannot rely on the autofocus alone. Sometimes you need to switch it to the manual focus. Because when you use the autofocus in low light, it will hunt the subject and it cannot focus on the subject. So in the video, I use the manual focus to tracking my subject. So I just want you to know that everything have two sides. I said already, right? For me, right now, I use the manual focus because I'm on the budget, and I suggest you to try the manual focus lens if you are really look into a budget lens. Nowadays it have many manual focus lens for you to choose, which many brand in the market, and it's kinda interesting and funny using it. It's more challenge to using it, and it feels like you fully manual control your camera to make the photo the best outcome. And for the other side, the downside of the manual focus lens is you will get slower to focus on things. Sometimes you may miss the shot because you didn't fast enough, and sometimes your subject will blur because you didn't have enough time to focus. And the other reason why many people don't want to use the manual focus lens is it don't offer the stabilization in lens. Because some autofocus lens they offer a stabilization in lens, so that sometimes when you take photo, if you are a little bit shaking, it can help you. But for the photo side, it's much easier to fix because you have a tripod, and tripod is a must-have equipment for every photographer. But in the videography or the filmmaking side, it's a nightmare, because if you don't have a in-lens stabilization and you don't have a in-camera body stabilization, then the footage is will just like a earthquake. And you need to buy the gimbal, like a external stabilizer. So that's it for the manual focus lens for today. I will talk about the 85mm later in the other videos. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe me in the button below, hit the bell button, and feel free to comment anything you want to know. Just let me know in comment below. See you in next video. Bye. Because we need